Live from the Bob Levy Broadcast Center, overlooking the Toms River, it's time to get up, get out, do something. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin. Be a part of the show, 732-505-1160. News Talk Radio WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. Listen online at WOBMAM.com.
Good morning. We are back with the Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin show with Tara and Kelly, and we now have Yvonne Yaar from the Toms River Artist Community who will be talking with us in a few minutes. It is 7:08 a.m., 39 degrees, going up to 46 degrees today. During the break, we were talking about our favorite wine. It's funny the things you talk about before you're fully awake in the morning.
7:08 in the morning.
Yeah.
Yes.
And once again, I'm outnumbered because I said I'm more of a sweet girl. I like red wine, but I like it to be a little on the sweet side. And I think everybody else in the house is of the dry taste.
Yep. Absolutely. Yeah,
Okay.
sweet. Sweet wine is for grape juice. Just
Hey,
drink grape
that's
juice
fine.
if you want sweet.
I just also want to point out that I was outnumbered with the snowstorm predictions. So I'm going to leave that right there.
You can be a meteorologist, but you are no sommelier.
Okay, I don't really want to be that. I drink what I like. That's okay. Just want to give a quick shout out to my good friend Brian Wenlin, who's listening this morning. Thank you for all you've done to help out with the snowstorm. I know you guys are really, really super tired, so thank you very much to you and everybody that you work with for helping us the last couple of days. So, Yvonne, good morning.
Good morning.
Great to see your smiling face this morning. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got started in the arts?
Well, wow, how far back do you want me to go?
As far back as you want.
It's only an hour. We only have an hour, Yvonne.
Well, I always wanted to be an artist. I was making art as a kid. But my parents told me that was not practical. So I ended up with a degree in interior design and business administration. But fast forward, because we don't want to hear that whole thing, I was helping a gallery owner in downtown Toms River back in around 2004, 2005. And his everything that he had in the gallery were internationally known artists. It was a great gallery of really beautiful art. And local artists were coming in and asking if they could exhibit. And that was not his mission. It just started to become really apparent to me that there was a large amount of really talented people in our area who didn't have enough venues to show their art. So I was also at the same time beginning to volunteer for downtown Toms River, the Business Improvement District, and really wanted to be part of the effort to bring back downtown Toms River. My husband and I were tired of going to Red Bank and Asbury Park to get our entertainment and see art, etc. So I really wanted it to be in the downtown. And so with all of that in mind, I decided to start an art organization, Toms River Artist Community. We call it TRAC for short. And our mission is to help to be part of the catalyst for revitalization in downtown Toms River. I did a lot of reading back then, and there are so many studies that show that art is related to economy and that art has a big part of revitalizing. So I wrote a business plan, presented it to the Business Improvement District Board, and then from there started advertising to everyone I knew. And we have about 40 members now. We are a 501c3. And we do exhibit locally. We have been using the downtown Toms River Business Improvement District's offices to exhibit our art. We have a show that we do every August. That's the 20th and 21st this year, I believe, for the rain date. It's the third Saturday in August. It's called Art in the Park. It was quite a success last year.
That's the understatement of the century. Huddy Park was black with people.
Yeah.
It was phenomenal. There were, how many stands? 50 stands. Artists from all over the state came down. Art was being sold at a remarkable rate. There were things to do for children. There was music being played throughout the entire day that was curated by my husband. So, yay, Mark Cunningham. And It really was, and it was so much fun. The weather was perfect. Honestly, all the planets were aligned for us that day. It really was a huge success. And we're looking to do that again this year.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We were very impressed with the work that the artists, it was really high quality, too.
Extremely high quality. The winner, oh my gosh, I'm forgetting his name right now. But the winner's art, I will get that name. It was the most realistic painting of portraits I've ever seen in my life. And the use of light would make Vermeer jealous. It was incredible. So I'll get that name for you right now.
I also think that Mark owes you a piece of that brown bread now because you just gave him a very nice compliment.
He's a much better art and music curator than he is bread baker. Just saying.
Oh, now you just took it away. I was trying for you.
No, I'm not going to give that guy
any baking credit.
Anyway, so
since you brought up Mark, I thought I would plug the listening room in downtown Toms River. On the corner of Main and Washington, right above Mean Bean. Friday night, there's going to be a couple of bands playing there, some very good music, and everybody's allowed to bring their own drinks and snacks.
Sweet red wine.
Sweet red wine, if you're Kelly.
But in any case, I believe it's $25 a person, and I went to it. It was wonderful last time. So let's see.
So back to Toms River Artist Community. So we have 40 members, which it sounds like a small number for a community this large, but that's actually a pretty impressive number of artists. I've seen a good deal of people's work, and it's absolutely beautiful. It's surprising to me how many wonderful and talented people we have living in our town by themselves, and I know for a fact there are hundreds of people that have huge talent in our community. So how does one get involved with TRAC?
Well, it's really easy. We have meetings the second Monday of every month. We meet at the Downtown Business Improvement District's office in their conference room for our meetings. They're at 7 p.m. I'm trying to look at my calendar really quick to tell you what the next one is. They're very informative. We have our minutes, et cetera, from the meeting before, and we kind of give a quick talk about what's going on, people's questions and concerns, and then we move on for the second half of it. We do critiques, and they're gentle critiques, and it's a lot of fun because you can bring a piece of art that you're working on, and if you can't figure out how to finish it or if it doesn't look quite right, other artists will join in and try to give you suggestions, and that's part of I think all of us like that part the best, not so much the meeting and the business stuff. But it's fairly easy. It's only $24 a year. It's a very inexpensive membership comparatively around this area. That gives us the ability to exhibit in Art in the Park. That makes you an automatically part of that event. And any other event that we hold, we try to have other exhibits during the year.
So the third annual Art in the Park, I have the actual statistics here, and I should have been prepared. We had 52 artists, 9 local musicians. There were local poetry readings, children's activities, and storytelling. The $1,000 first prize winner, as chosen by Elizabeth Paisler, the Engaged Toms River Community Mural winner, was Kurt Lewis. That is a name to look up. He is extraordinary. The $500 second prize winner was Tamara. Tamara, I'm so glad your first name is so wonderful because I'm just going to destroy your last name again. Woronczuk, Woronczzuk. Tamara's work reminds me of walking through a Tuscan vineyard. She is just so happy and beautiful. Her work is just stunning. And then the $250 third prize went to Anne Rigueur, who was a recent graduate of Toms River High School South, who made dresses out of newspapers, and they were extraordinary. She is brilliant. She's currently at Ocean County College, and I'm telling you, she is a fashionista to watch going forward. These people, on the most part, I knew nothing about them before Art in the Park, and just knowing and seeing their work is just such a joy. And so I know that there are people out there that are artists, and for $24 a year to be able to show your work and be critiqued and get better through working with your peers, and then being able to show at a significant event it's a huge opportunity that 10 years ago didn't exist in our town.
Right. There's a lot of things that are happening now that didn't exist. It's been frustrating because it's been so slow, but, looking back from now to 10 years ago, I realized that we've really done quite a bit. And it's just a great opportunity to make the downtown something better, to have that peer relationships with other artists. It's great fun. It's really a good time. We're hoping for new members, and we also need volunteers. So if you're not really an artist, but you're all about making the downtown a better place, we'd happy to have you too.
And that is only the most fun part about TRAC and the way they use volunteers. We're going to talk about that when we get back, because even I, the most untalented person on earth, has been involved in some of your work down at TRAC and the Business Improvement District. So Yvonne, will you stay on with us and you can talk about that coming up after the break?
Sure. Why not?
Fantastic. You can reach us on 732-505-1160. You can follow us on WOBMAM.com. Listen to us on your Radio Pup app and 1160 AM and 1310 AM. We will get back to you shortly.
Wake up with Jeremy Grunin wherever you go. Download the Radio Pup app for your smartphone or tablet. News Talk Radio WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. Now, back to Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin. News Talk Radio WOBM AM 1160 and 1310 and WOBMAM.com.
Good morning. We are back. Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin. You are listening to Tara, Kelly, and Yvonne. It is 39 degrees. We are going up to 46. That's going to feel like summer today, with some showers later in the day. And we have Yvonne Yaar here from the Toms River Artist Community, otherwise known as TRAC. And before the break, we were talking about the art in downtown Toms River, and now we'd like to talk with you about the events, the artist involvement in downtown Toms River, and some of the mural projects we have going on.
Great. First of all, I realized that I told everybody that the artists meet in the Toms River, downtown Toms River Business Improvement District, but I didn't give the address. That's 53 Main Street in downtown Toms River. We meet upstairs. So if you want to see us, darn it, I looked before, February 12th is the next, February 11th. Sorry about that.
Okay, Yvonne's doing her best to confuse everybody today.
It's too early. It's just too early. And I even got up early so that I would be awake by now, but it's not working.
I threw everybody off when I cracked my knuckles into the microphone before the last break. I think we're still reeling from that.
If you haven't heard. But so
the
February
next meeting is Monday, February 11th. And they're always on the second Tuesday of the month. They're held at the downtown Toms River Business Improvement District. That's 53 Main Street. And they're upstairs. So.
Okay. And that is right upstairs from the new shops of downtown.
Right.
Which is a number of the people that have the shops are members of the Toms River Artist Community.
They're very creative.
Beautiful.
The shops are awesome.
Yeah. If you're looking for a special present for somebody, something that's not something you could buy at the mall, something absolutely unique, the shops at downtown Toms River on Main Street are just phenomenal. It's a really fantastic idea from the Business Improvement District. Again, their support of the Toms River Artist Community is almost legendary now at this time, because we're watching a huge, significant upturn and upswing in downtown Toms River through the arts. And I'm sure a lot of people remember what Toms River Artist Community did along with the Community Art Project with bringing in the Seward Johnson sculptures last year. So do you want to talk about that?
Well, we have a committee that formed, Marshall
Kern.
Yeah, I'm like totally blanked on his last name.
Yeah, Marshall
Known him
Kern.
For forever.
He's phenomenal. I love Marshall Kern.
It's a spinoff really from the Business Improvement District's board, and it's called Community Art Project. We call it CAP for short. we started having meetings, and Marshall just had this fabulous idea about bringing the sculptures in.
Which we will talk about after the break. 732-505-1160. Keep listening on 1160 or 1310 a.m. or your Radio Pup app. We'll be back with you shortly.
Coming up next, the latest from WOBM News, the Town Square, New Jersey News Network, and Fox News Radio. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin. News Talk Radio, WOBM AM 1160 and 1310.
Good morning. We are back. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin, and you are waking up with Tara Cunningham, Kelly Fliller, and Yvonne Yaar from the Toms River Artist Community, otherwise known as TRAC.
Hello.
Hi. So, I know it's winter and there's snow on the ground, but I'm getting super excited for the summer. And I keep seeing pictures floating around on Facebook about how much time we have left. And apparently it's 18 weekends left until Memorial Day. So every time I see that, it gives me hope. What kind of events are coming to our area?
Well, Toms River Artist Community TRAC always gets involved with anything that the BID is doing. So when they have the Chili Festival and all those festivals that take over Washington Street downtown, we're always a part of that. So it's a great, fun time. And I also wanted to point out that if you've noticed, there's some murals that have been going up in downtown Toms River that we're very excited about. And there's another one to be going up this spring, summer. This one will be a little bit different. It's supposed to be a mosaic. But the first one is on the side of Simply Skin, which I believe is 313 Water Street, if you want to check them out. And the second one is on Main Street. It's really hard to miss that one.
That's the understatement of the century. It is. This is where I'll be putting on my foundation hat. The J. and Linda Grunin Foundation, based off the work that Yvonne did on the original mural, where she was the project manager and incorporated everybody's ideas into the art that went onto the Simply Skin building. Her son Neil is the man looking across the beautiful waters there. The second Engage Toms River community mural project was and is a remarkable achievement. It was how many? 118 5x5. Just try to describe this. It's literally breathtaking when you come into downtown Toms River.
Right. Well, Liz Paisler, her design was just awesome. She really, with an architecture background, she really, really thought the whole thing through and made it work with the building. But you're right. They're 5 feet by 5 foot panels that are painted on. They were painted on at the library. The community was involved. There were about 600. I think there were more than 600 participants. And everybody, it was just like a paint by number. And then we had to glue all those panels onto the wall. And then, of course, we had to put a protective surface over it so that it would,
Anti-graffiti.
Right, anti-graffiti, keep the sun from making it fade and the winter from affecting it as well. So both of those murals should last 35, 40 years. So they're on a special fabric. It should be, something that your kids can bring. Your kids can bring their kids to.
That's exactly it. It was so much fun to be involved in the painting of the mural. As Yvonne said, and we alluded to earlier, the Toms River Artist Community are all about letting everybody be involved in the arts. And you do not need to be a phenomenal artist in order to participate. And so if you can follow the letter Y for yellow, and they hand you the actual yellow you're to color in, you're able to be an artist. I had my 4-year-old, my 8-year-old, and 9-year-old there painting away. We had my son's baseball teams came in. There were people that were in their late 90s painting, and we had a child that was 6 months old. It really was a wonderful way for the community to get together, to really get to meet each other, get to share stories around a piece of art that will be there for generations. And the it was just such a wonderful, warm feeling. We engaged Tom DeAngelis from the production house to do a documentary that immortalized the community spirit of this. And we'll be showing that at the Ocean County Library in February. The date's to be announced still. So we will make sure you find out about that, listening public. And we also engaged the creation of the book, where we have literally hundreds of photos of people engaged in painting that they shared with us. We have the 42 beautiful entries that we needed to choose from, which was very, very difficult. Mm-hmm. And all of the money and proceeds from the book goes to the Toms River artist community. Yvonne, do you want to talk about that a bit?
I think you guys need to buy a lot of books. The paperback is $15 and the hardcover is $30. It's really well done. And if you were painting in the library this summer, you're probably in the book. So it's just so cool too, because you can see from start to finish everyone who signed the guest book and painted. Your name is printed in the book. It's just a great souvenir to have to remember doing that project. You can find the book downtown Toms River Business Improvement District. You can actually walk in and buy one, or call them and tell them you'd like to pick one up, or you could go to their website, which is downtowntomsriver.com. And if you look on their page, the main page, it's like the third photo down.
What we'll do is, Zach, are you okay to put up the information on our blog so that people can get information about joining TRAC, as well as to purchase the book if they're inclined?
Definitely. I have the blog up there already, but I can go in, edit it, and I will add that link at the bottom.
Now, Zach, Look at this overachiever back there, Zach. He's
amazing. I try.
He is absolutely amazing. So if you're really interested, I'm going to be putting it up on my Facebook page as well, and we'll tag Jeremy Grunin. So if you're following Jeremy, if you're one of the thousands of people that are following Jeremy Grunin, you'll be able to see this. It is a wonderful keepsake. Again, there are over 600 people that were involved in this. All the names are in the book. So if you remember somebody said that they got involved, this is the kind of present that they would really, really love to have. And again, all the proceeds, every single penny goes directly to the Toms River artist community.
Thanks. Toms River artist community, I just want to say is really grateful for all the help that the Jay and Linda Grunin Foundation have given us. They've just been beyond awesome. I also want to point out that if you order the book online, you don't have to go anywhere to pick it up. If you don't want to, I can mail it directly to you.
Oh, look, you'll get it in a lovely package by Yvonne to you with love from Yvonne.
Yeah.
We will be taking a short break right now. Please keep listening in. Call us on 732-505-1160. Listen to us on your Radio Pup app, WOBMAM.com. We will talk to you soon.
Rush Limbaugh today at noon. More Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin coming up next. News Talk Radio, WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. Make a difference at the Jersey Shore. 732-505-1160. Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin. News Talk Radio, WOBM AM 1160, 1310, and WOBMAM.com.
Good morning. We are back, and we have broken into the 40s. It is 40 degrees, going up to 46, with some possible showers later this afternoon. We are joined by Yvonne Yaar of the Toms River Artist Community, otherwise known as TRAC, and we had some great discussion about downtown Toms River and some of the wonderful art events in the area. Yvonne, can you tell us how businesses can get involved?
Yes, that would be wonderful if they would, and I think it would be a good partnership. I think they would benefit from being involved with us. Of course, we'd love to, be hired to do a mural, but there's a lot of other ways that you can get involved. Just hanging art. If you've got a waiting room and you want some beautiful, unique art, that would be great. I know when I walk into a waiting room in a doctor's office and it's just all that posters and I don't know, it makes it so much nicer when they do original art. So that would be great.
I remember being in my dentist office. I used to be so afraid of the dentist, and there was a really pretty picture straight across from me, and that's what I would focus on to calm my nerves.
Right, right. Well, they use art as a therapy, art, art is healing. So that would be awesome if they'd get involved.
It's pretty simple. I mean, it's a free place for the artist to be able to show their work,
Right.
and it's free art for the business.
Mm-hmm.
And if the artist sells their work, happy days. Everybody
Right.
wins.
Win-win. Absolutely.
So if you're staring at some blank walls, you can contact Yvonne Yaar. You could reach her at yaarart@gmail.com. That's yaarart@gmail.com. We'll say that again a little bit later. It's also up on our Facebook page.
And speaking of Facebook, I wanted to point out that TRAC is also on Facebook, and we post all sorts of events there, excuse me, that aren't just our events, but just great art events that anyone might like to go to. So please join us on that page. It's TRAC, TRAC, and then it says Toms River Artist Community. We also, if you're an artist, we also post call to artists or things that artists opportunities for artists to get involved in. So it's a win-win as well for everyone to check that site out. We'll let you know what's going on art-wise, culture-wise. I wanted to mention, too, one of the other downtown festivals that we're involved is the Harvest Arts Festival. It's also a great event, and it's the only festival that they do that's really geared for the artists. So we'd love to have you join us for that.
That's in October, and it's such an important day. We built our entire project schedule for the community mural project around Harvest Festival.
Right.
It was a phenomenal. It really was a wonderful, wonderful weekend.
It was
from
a lot
start
of fun.
to finish.
Yep.
There's literally, I think, what was there, 75,000 people walked through the streets of downtown Toms River, again, sampling the arts, food. It's a real community spirit. And when you get the arts involved, the community's involved. And if the community's involved, you're not alone. So in the whole circle of life with Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin, it's about get up, get out, do something. And with the Toms River artist community, there is no end to opportunities to do something.
Right.
So you have a couple other things you want to talk about, Yvonne.
I wanted to mention, too, that there's another mural going up. It's really a mosaic. That will be on Main Street as well. And it's actually mine. Excuse me. It is going to be a glass mosaic, some ceramic, other things, too, but mostly glass. And I've made it an international endeavor. I've got more than 50 artists from all over the world participating. And what it's going to be one large fish with other smaller fish. It's called Barnegat Bronte, and that also has a Facebook page, by the way. But anybody can get involved. If you want to make a little mosaic fish, it'll be part of the large fish, and anyone can get involved that would like to. I'd love to have you, and I'm hoping to install around May, June, and I certainly would love to have volunteers to help install it as well.
I'm absolutely going to do that, except Yvonne has seen my ability, so I'm holding the bucket. That's what she's got me doing. But there's a need.
Don't listen
there
to her.
is
She
an
does
absolute
well.
need to hold the bucket because there are some of these little fish are beautiful, and Harvey York should be commended. It's a local lawyer in town, Harvey York, who's commissioned this piece of work, and it's going to be stunning. And it's fish inside fish, and there's 1,000 different types of fish. It's really, really lovely. I really can't wait to hold the bucket. So if you have more skills than that, please come down. Again, Yvonne could be reached at yaarart@gmail.com. Their Facebook page is TRAC, Toms River Artist Community. It's up on our WOBM AM Facebook page as well as on our website. There's no excuse. If you have a little bit of time and you can help me hold a bucket, please do. Yvonne, what else have you got for us?
Well, I just want to say, really, the mosaic fish, anyone can do it. I can show you how. We'll just have to set up a time where we can meet and do that. We'll probably do it at the Business Improvement District, 53 Main. But just let me know. I can set up a couple of dates where the community can come in, and I can show them how. It's really simple. You can do it too, Tara.
Or I can hold the bucket. I have no problem holding the bucket because that's
And
still
Kelly.
me working. You know?
Yeah, that sounds like
Definitely.
It really, those little fish are so cute. There's one that's like looking at you with these big lips. I love it.
fun. Yeah,
I love it.
I just checked it out. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that one's totally going up. That is absolutely. Maybe I'll be the one to put the sucker lips on. I might put down my bucket and stick it onto the wall. But it's really, really fun. So
Yeah. It's going to be awesome.
all right. Well, I think we're heading towards the last bit of our show today. This is it already? That's
wrapping it up.
insane. That's insane. Wow. It was a very
It's
fun
been a
time.
blast, everyone.
I have to say, I'm sad and not sad at the same time.
Me too.
So tomorrow you will be waking up with Jeremy Grunin on WOBM AM. Have a great day.
Bye, everyone.
The news never stops at WOBMAM.com. Get the latest from WOBM News, the Town Square, New Jersey News Network, and Fox News Radio. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin. News Talk Radio, WOBM AM 1160 and 1310.